Yeah, finally I'm back! And that is, I finally found an editing software. Now, I know, when I look back to when the last time I made a commentary, I'm sitting here, oh god, it was, October of, I think somewhere October of last year? And then people are wondering, like, what the hell happened? And then I'm sitting here because I destroyed my old laptop, that's why. And thus, now, from that long ass hiatus, it's that, what was it? Is that I never figured out what was, if there is even a default alternative to Windows Movie Maker because they said it was long dead. So yeah, that's what happened. And then during that time being, I was just busy with my job at Amazon because that's what's been putting food on my table. Dot dot dot. Not really, but yeah, that's really the thing these days. Now, a quickie about the video was that this is my final, actually, not even remotely quickie, but what was about this particular one? Well, it's my final 360 theater mode vid that I had back in 2012, and as such, what happened was, it was just, it turned into a team tactical, even though it's fucking, what was it? Even though it's just normal, like 6v6, that's what it was. So yeah, it's just me and this one guy getting all the kills and whatnot, and then I'm sitting here. This is probably one of the reasons why the game was slow. So yeah, that's really all I had to do. And per usual, long before the recording the PS3 footage, this was quote-unquote beating a dead horse, as I was using once again the HS10. So yeah, that's what happened. Gosh, I'm looking at myself. What throughout the time period that I recorded and then thought up of my mind on what was it? What new ways to say, and I got a lot of rants to go, and it's over really, really, really annoying pet peeves that are in life, whether it's from stupid people or what was it? Or just video games in general. So yeah, and also a little announcement. I finally move on to play newer video games. Yeah, it's like no more getting quote unquote made fun of poverty though, but then again, I'm using my hard-earned money from my job to buy meaningful things instead of video games and whatnot. But first, I gotta make sure make sure, what was it? Oh, the game itself is meaningful because I'm just tired of like people talking about the most overrated things on Earth, and I'm debating whether or not that system is gonna be version of playing it, or I should just make one match complaining that it's not my forte. Uh, because God, YouTube has sure changed these days to cancer. Actually, not even cancer. It's more Ebola inducing I because as I like to beat a dead horse and make fun of Ebola more than cancer. So yeah, at least cancer is like more pleasant because you actually have something to do. Unlike an Ebola victim where you're sitting here abiding your like time to until you actually die. Um, yeah, that's what I was describing. And also, I'm a little bit sickly as soon as I get, which that happened to me back in 2015, which is odd because I remember looking back to the really old COD 4 gameplay and what was it? I remember when I had that issue one time. So yeah, that's what happened. And as you can see, um, what other thing was there that looking back to this particular vid, uh, it just makes me feel so glad that I'm able to do this. I already posted actually, yeah, on my on the video game Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero is that has a huge running gag of, what was it? Which I finally managed to complete that game finally, and then I'm going through what other games that I plan to do walkthroughs on, as I bought another external hard drive because the old one is full, and thus the only thing I'm going to do with that now is just commentate the rest of my matches. Oh, and also, what was it? I was going to do a ghetto way of rambling. Actually, I already did it via the Modern Warfare 2 paperweights and whatnot, but I was going to go to my Modern Warfare 3 theater mode and just ramble on my matches with that and start complaining about life. But that, thank God this didn't vanish, but now I just need to find, like, what the right setting to get this vid to 60 FPS otherwise, because obviously my Tokyo Extreme Racer vid fucked up somehow, even though despite its PS2, it's just that it's my running gag of inserting the Blaze Blue game over every time I beat a story, which that's the only 60 FPS part, and thus now I need motivation to trying to buy a composite to HDMI to see if that's going to upscale the footage of the older games to see if I'm going to get that 60 FPS on YouTube, because I'm having, ever since that got implemented and way back when my relatives had way faster connection, I was sitting here all like, please be a 60 FPS vid, because otherwise I'm not going to even bother. But then again, on those frame lock vids that are on YouTube, is that for some reason I have an iPad that's way outdated from 2013. At one point the firmware was able to watch 60 FPS vids, but then in 2016, but then all of a sudden somewhere as time went by they decided to deactivate it, and it turns out I need to get the iPad's firmware is obsolete, and thus that's why. And what was it? Oh, but the problem is the Apple account won't tell me what the old password is. No matter how many times I say forget, it does nothing. So I'm a sitting duck. But until then, I don't know. Just watch anyone who's just frame locked, and that's it. And now that I think about it, what was it? I have, like, besides what I was gonna say on the walkthroughs was, I'm gonna try and attempt to do a long play on the vids, which via play everything all over again. Well, actually, never mind. I double check which vid needs a fixing, because obviously back when I did COD 4, all the levels were 60 FPS, but from Sins of the Father to the remainder of the game, that I decided to fuck it up by getting that into frame lock. So yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna have motivation to fix up. But then again, I need to paperweight the vids if I ever get banned on YouTube, but that's gonna be a long time until that happens. But anyway, another thing I've been doing lately is collecting old. Actually, no, I've been doing this since ever, is trying to buy old games and whatnot, because I'm getting back into my Mega Man phase, where somewhere around 2006 to 2007, I just bothered to just do nothing but look up Mega Man, but it's mostly the Battle Network series, which aka the series that nobody asked for, but then again, it's better than Mighty Number 9, which so, oh, that's the thing. I wanted to say was watch your mouth, pretty much. Not in foul language, but it's just karma, where you bash on something but then something turns out to be good. So that's what I wanted to do, but that's gonna be some other time. And there goes the match. And let's see if that's gonna do anything for the now that test the rest of the audio settings on this new software that I downloaded. As soon as the vid gets to the scoreboard, come on now, where is it? Well, I think I messed it up. Okay, there we go. Peace.